In the broadest terms, my research explores the role race plays in not ensuring all Americans have the pillars of democracy, justice, liberty, and freedom for all. The cutting edge of my research is not necessarily cutting edge. What I like to do is tell stories that people have not found before, and there's a myriad of stories out there. Sort of, in some respects, I like to see myself almost as an investigative journalist, going into the archives, looking at the history, and finding ways that people have used public policy, popular culture, and the law to subvert the principles of democracy. The way I convey the excitement of discovery is that when you are involved in the production of knowledge, once that knowledge is produced, it's produced forever. I mean, when you create knowledge and you write about it, and even now you put it up on the internet, it's a discovery, and people will then use it time and time again. And you are not only creating a contribution to knowledge, but you're making a contribution to the historical record that others can reference for a long time. And to me, even undergraduates can make that contribution if they discover something in the historical record, make a connection, and then write about it. And this is one of the real values of African and African American studies, is our commitment to undergraduate research. Our undergraduates are engaged in pretty high level of research. We're not training them to do research, they're actually doing research. And making that pivot between learning how to do something and actually doing it can happen in the Department of African and African American Studies. What distinguishes African and African American Studies at Duke is that we are fostering a learning community where professors learn from students and students learn from professors, but in small class sizes. Students get to know the faculty, students get to know each other, and they use Duke and Durham as its own laboratory. What better place to learn about African American culture than positioned in the South, a stone's throw from the Caribbean, up to New York, down to the deep South. I mean, not only are we positioned geographically in a distinctive place to talk about the African diaspora, but we're doing it in an atmosphere where people have this connection to individual people within the program. They know each other, they trust each other, and they're working collaboratively to understand the diaspora better.